Do you have clients who clearly struggle with antisocial peers? Are you stuck after assessing risk in the area of friends and associates and not knowing how to address it with your client? Frustrated with knowing the problem but not the solution? Then please keep watching to gain valuable insights into addressing antisocial peers with your clients. I'm Joseph Arvidsson, Executive Director of the Paragon Group and host of the Criminologist YouTube channel and the Criminologist podcast. In this episode, we're going to address negative peers and how to address those risky relationships with your clients. In episode 1 of the Criminologist podcast, entitled Crime Generators, we talked about criminogenic variables, oftentimes referred to as the Central 8. Among those 8, however, we often hear about the Big 4. Those are the variables which have the greatest predictive validity around reoffending. So if they're the most predictive, then those are the ones we want to focus on the most if we want to get the most bang for our case planning buck. To recap, the Big 4 are criminal history, criminal thinking, aka criminal orientation, antisocial personality pattern, and peers, negative peers. How then do you get a handle on your client's negative peer relationships? Keep watching to find out. One approach is to create a functional analysis with your client. Building what is often referred to as an offense chain can help one understand the events that happened before, during, and after the commission of a crime, and how these events link together. It means looking back at people, places, situations, and feelings that may have placed the client at risk for committing a crime. Who was there? For example, friends. What did we do? Well, we got into a fight. Where were we? For example, we were at the bar. When did it happen? During the day or during the night? Why did we do it? We did it for revenge, money problems. How did you feel? What did you think before, during, and after? Anger, stress, relief, justification? What might that look like, you ask? Who did you get into trouble with? My best friend, Alex. What did you do with them? We broke into a parked car. Where were you and when did it happen? We were downtown around 2 o'clock in the morning. Why did you do it? We needed money to score some drugs. How did you feel? I felt excited. After you've done a few of these with your client, you'll start to see patterns emerge around delinquent behavior, whether that is actual criminal behavior or episodes around prior probation violations or relapses with drugs and alcohol. Once you have those mapped out on paper, it's much easier for you and your client in particular to see those patterns. It becomes to be sort of a, yeah, I've seen this movie before. This is how it always starts, and these are the same cast of characters. Perfect. Today, let's focus on changing those characters to get better outcomes for your clients. It is one thing, particularly if you are trained in the use of a validated risk assessment tool, such as the Level of Service Case Management Inventory, the LSCMI, to determine your client's risk versus non-risky friends and associates. How, though, can you get your client to begin assessing themselves in those relationships? Start by explaining to your client who we mean by peers. For example, belonging to the same social group. Could be friends, coworkers, family, folks you look up to. Point out to them that those relationships play a huge role in offending behavior. Some of those relationships might be healthy and positive, and some might be problematic and unhealthy. Positive relationship qualities look like this. Peers are non-criminal. Peers are supportive and helpful when you want to make a change. Peers that make you feel good about yourself. Peers that are a stable force in your life. You have a good, effective communication with these people. People who are willing to support each other and you. You're able to express your feelings to each other. You are able to successfully resolve conflicts with each other. You respect one another. Perhaps have them describe a healthy relationship that they've experienced. And how has that relationship impacted their criminal behavior? What do negative relationship qualities look like? Peers who have pro-criminal lifestyles and attitudes. Peers who don't want you to change. Peers who pressure you to commit crimes. Peers who make you feel bad about yourself. Peers that aren't supportive. Peers that are not there for you when you ask for their help. Or the relationship contributes to substance use, violence, or other bad habits and criminal behaviors. The relationship has frequent conflicts. The relationship is based on manipulation and control, one in which conflicts are not resolved and feelings are not expressed. So now have your client describe an unhealthy relationship and have them explain how that relationship has impacted their criminal behavior. Now, I'm not telling you that you should suggest to your clients that they learn all about social learning theory, but point out to them that all of us tend to behave like those we surround ourselves with, which for your clients means those negative friends and family can present hurdles on their journey towards desistance. Ask your client to jot down 3 people who they spend the most time with. And for each one, answer the following with a yes or a no. Does this person have a criminal record? Yes or no. Has this person been arrested or charged with a crime in the last year? Have you ever been involved in criminal activities with this person? Does this person ever make fun of you for not wanting to hang out with you if you don't want to commit a crime with them? You'll see that this inventory may really help getting your clients to connect the dots on those healthy and non-healthy relationships. So there you have it, some tools to use with your clients and their negative peer relationships. Thanks for listening. Please click to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget about our podcast, The Criminologist, available on iTunes, Stitcher, Overcast, wherever you listen to your quality podcast.